You need to read this question through very carefully. It says, show by eliminating y the x coordinates of the simultaneous equations are the solutions of the equation we have down here. It's not saying solve it, not finish the whole thing. It's just saying we've got to eliminate y and end up with this. So if we know that y is equal to x take away 7, then the equation immediately below it, is x squared plus y squared equals 29. So I've just rewritten this equation here, but I've eliminated the y. Because I know that y is the same as x minus 7, I've replaced that y with an x minus 7. The y was squared, so the x minus 7 has to be squared. So before we go any further, we need to know what x minus 7 squared is. So x minus 7 squared is x minus 7 multiplied by x minus 7. For multiplying these out, I do the x times by the x, which will give me x squared, and the x times by the minus 7, which will give me minus 7x. If I want to do it with the lines, I've done those two multiplications. Then I need to multiply the minus 7 by the x, which is minus 7x. And then finally, I need to do the minus 7 times the minus 7, which is plus 49. So altogether, I get x squared minus 7x minus another 7x is minus 14x and plus 49. That is the same as that bit there. So I'm now going to rewrite this line. It's x squared plus then this bit, which is this. X squared minus 14x plus 49 equals 29. Now I can do some simplifying. Because I know I need to get an answer to be 0, so I've got to bring that 29 across, and I can combine these two things here. So first of all, x squared plus x squared is 2x squared. Then I've got the minus 14x. I've still got my plus 49. And this 29 over here, if I take it to the other side, it's a minus 29. You change the side something is on, you change its sign. So I've now got 2x squared, take away 14x, 49 take away 29 is 20. No, it's not quite what they want. What I can do here is factorise this. 2 goes into each of these numbers. So I can write the 2 down and then the bracket. What do I times 2 by to get 2x squared? X squared. Then the sign comes in. What do I times 2 by to get 14x? 7x. Then the sign comes in. What do I times 2 by to get 20? 10. Now, I'm very close to getting what I want. I've got to get rid of this 2. How can you do that? If I divide both sides by 2, the 2 will go on the left, and 0 divided by 2 is 0. So I will get x squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0, which is what they wanted. For part B, I've now got to go and solve the simultaneous equations. To get my x value, I need to solve this equation I've got up here. So let's write this equation down. X squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0. Now, even if you had got that wrong, this is actually given to you in part A. So you could actually have just written that down and then carried on. I want to try and factorise this really. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply together to get 10 and add or take to get 7. They are 5 and 2. And the x squared will come from an x and an x. I said I need 5 and 2. If this is a plus sign, both the signs are going to be the same as that. That's a minus in both of them. And that equals 0. Now if two things are multiplied together to give you 0, one of them, or both of them, has to be 0. So your next thing you can say is either x minus 5 equals 0, or x minus 2 equals 0. So from there, if x take away 5 is 0, x must be 5. Or over here, if x take away 2 is 0, x must be equal to 2. So we've got our two x values, and we know we're looking for 2 because the answer's got space for 2. Now what we need to do is go and find the y value that goes with both of them. Now in the question, we are told y is x take away 7. So here, if x is 5, 5 take away 7 is minus 2. Then over here, if x is 2, 2 take away 7 is minus 5. Now we must make sure we link these up correctly. So our answers are either x is 5 and y is minus 2, or x is 2 and y is minus 5. And it's really important you get those pairs the correct way around.